It's 7 in the morning. Your robot companion, which is now a common item in every house, woke you up. It's confirming your appointment for your annual health checkup. And you felt amazed how technology has progressed because you're not really talking to a human. You are talking to an artificially intelligent robot. The AI algorithm tells you that it already has your vitals. And that's because your smart clothes have already transmitted the data. The robot continues to inform you that the sensor on your favorite shoe is failing. You confirm the appointment and end the call. You have another call from a friend and you can see his holographic projection. Your friend has good news to share. His robot informed him that it's your friend's birthday today and all of you are going to celebrate it during lunch. The robot knows everyone likes pizza and asks if you would like to order for delivery. And you said yes, and it said the delivery is confirmed and it will be delivered by a drone by 12 p.m. And you smiled because everything has been sorted for you. And your self-driving car is also ready to pick you up by 8. Sounds far-fetched? It is not. These technologies exist today. And the future is already here. My name is Richard Kerr, and I serve as the Chief Marketing Officer for the world's leading drone solutions provider. I've been in the tech industry for over 20 years, and I've seen a lot of changes. And I'm here to tell you that the 21st century will belong to those who are brave enough to learn, unlearn, and relearn. The pandemic is a great reset. It is the kind of reset that no one wants, but what everyone needs. And we have seen the kind of chaos it created. People are struggling in almost every aspect of their lives. The pandemic didn't break the system. It revealed the system that is already broken. So when the first lockdown happened, many companies struggled because they didn't know how to work from home. While most tech companies were better prepared. And before the pandemic, companies from around the world talk about digital transformation, but very few knew how to do it. But when the pandemic happened, it hit them hard. And this means we need to be more ready than ever. And we never know when the next pandemic or possible apocalypse will happen. And in order for us to be ready, means we need to be learning new ways of doing things. To unlearn means to forget about what you have just learned. And to relearn means know that what you have just learned will become obsolete someday. And that means reprogramming ourselves with new information, adopting, adapting, and reinventing ourselves for the tech era that we live in today. I know a friend who operates a restaurant near where I live in Cyberjaya. His business was relatively stable before the pandemic. But the worst happened when the country was in lockdown. He struggled because no one could dine in at his restaurant. And there are so many others like him. And we have seen many of our favorite food outlets close over the last 2 years. But I admire his resiliency and tenacity. He tried to find innovative ways to keep his business afloat. So he started a group on Facebook where he talked about food and drinks. He value-added his digital community by giving advice to people about businesses. And from there, he offered to sell other products that are not even related to his restaurant business. If it was related, he spent a lot of time delivering the food personally to multiple locations, cross districts. And sometimes he had to convince the authorities who blocked the roads to let him through. By combining knowledge in the physical and digital world, he was able to survive and continue to operate his restaurant until today. But many didn't survive because they were not ready or didn't know how to move forward. And everything is digital nowadays. And therefore, having a digital mindset is no longer an option. It is a necessity. American futurist and the man who launched the private space travel industry, Peter H. Diamandis, co-wrote the visionary bestseller, "The Future is Faster Than You Think." During a dinner with a Malaysian tech entrepreneur, Vision, who founded Mind Valley, Peter said to him, "Between the year 2000 and the year 2016, the world has seen as much change as between the year 1900 and the year 2000. Just look at what has happened in those 16 years. The destruction of retail stores as a result of Amazon, and the Wall Street financial crisis, the launch of the iPhone and Android app stores, the rise of Netflix. In 16 years, we saw 100 years of change, and we're just getting started." And Peter continued, "And from year 2016 to year 2022, we will see an equal amount of change, now compressed in just 8 years. And then he dropped another bomb. And then we'll see another equal amount of change between year 2022 and year 2026. 100 years of change in just 4 years. Vision said, "We are entering an era where a year or every year is equivalent to 25 years of innovation and disruption." Technology is advancing far more quickly than anyone could have imagined. And what's going to happen when wave after wave of exponentially accelerating technologies like AI, robotics, virtual reality, digital biology, and sensors crash into things like 3D printing, blockchain, and global gigabit networks? How will these convergences transform today's industries? And what will happen to the way we raise our kids, govern our nations, and care for our planet? We really are on the verge of massive reinvention in the way we live, work, and function as human beings. So the question is, how do we keep up? We tend to resist change and we tend to resist progress. But that's not new. Like this commercial that appeared on the newspaper in the early 1900s, urging consumers to think twice before you sell your horse and purchase a car. The technological progress, the resistance to change, and the evolution of tech have provided us instructive case studies from the corporate world. And some of you may remember the VCD or DVD. I miss going to a DVD store and spending hours there while my wife, of course, then girlfriend, decided what she did not want to watch. And I believe everyone here has access to Netflix. Blockbuster, once the biggest video store in the USA, had 2 opportunities to purchase Netflix. First when they started mailing DVDs, and next when they started streaming video. And today they no longer exist. The concept fundamentally about how to do business has changed. Netflix is the world's largest movie house, but owns no cinemas. Facebook is the world's largest content owner, but owns no content. Grab is one of the world's largest taxi companies, but owns no taxis. Airbnb, and same thing with properties. And you get the idea, these companies did not exist 20 years ago. And they are technology companies at the core with other products and services. You know who embraced change? These guys. Apple reinvented themselves. And this is the cover of Business Week. In February of 1996, the fall of American icon heralded the death of Apple Computer. 22 years after that was published, Apple became a $1 trillion company. $1 trillion. So what does this mean for us? Change is the only constant. Technological change is constant, but advancing exponentially, and we need to adopt and adapt and reinvent ourselves. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. A research by the Brookings Institution indicates that 39% of jobs in the USA are subject to being disrupted. 39%. And that's based on technology that we can envision today. If you're a surgeon and you think you're impervious, maybe, but what happens when the most common surgical procedures are performed by a robot? What would happen if a surgeon in Japan is remotely operating on a patient right here in Malaysia? And if you own an inspection company, you can go to the mall today and purchase a professional drone for less than $1,000. And it can be used to inspect buildings such as the roof from the air. So how do we learn, unlearn, and relearn? So how do we adapt? Now here are 4 tips to future enable our own careers. Number 1, adopting change is an inevitable mindset. We must shake off any possible sense of complacency and accept that there is no job that cannot be eliminated. Technology will continue to transform our workplace. So make the time to learn about new technologies, even if it's not part of your job. And there are plenty of online courses, YouTube and TikTok videos are available on any technological topics to educate yourself. Number 2, understand your industry needs. Turn to technology to inform you what possible directions your profession and your industry can take. If you go to Google right now and search up future of, you insert profession here, with technology, you will find visionaries and thought leaders giving opinions on what they foresee. And let this inform you on what specifically you need to be aware in your field. And number 3, be proactive. Be like my friend who owns the restaurant. Understand how technology can be leveraged to augment your job or improve the productivity of your organization. If you're currently selling cars, for example, you might want to leverage digital platforms like TikTok to let the new generation generation understand more about cars. And last but not least, leverage the human. Now, this sounds paradoxical, but communication, collaboration, bringing people together, teamwork, these are all inherently human traits. Well, at least for now. And this is something that robots cannot replicate. Do not ignore, cultivate your soft skills. We still need human beings to build the algorithms that fuel the artificial intelligence. And we need to be the creators of our future and not the products of our past. And the only way to thrive in this brave new world is to adopt, and embrace, learn, relearn, and unlearn. Now back to the introduction. You woke up again the next day. It feels that it's just another day. And you head to the bathroom, you brush your teeth and to get ready. But your robot companion just announced another new virus outbreak is happening somewhere. And you realize it's not just another day. And you thought to yourself, not again. Are you ready this time? Thank you.